Hi friend, welcome back to the channel. So today's video is about how to build confidence in your 20s and beyond. I feel like 20s are such a big deal, and those are where you need to start kind of forming your own like habits, your own personality, and things like that. And you need confidence along with that. The thing about confidence is that it's a lifelong process. You don't realize that you need to be confident or you're confident until like much later in life, but after you apply all of this stuff, it's not going to come overnight. Again, it's a long process and you need to really like work on it throughout your entire life. I didn't realize I was confident in myself until somebody asked me later and they were like, "How are you so confident? Like, what do you do to make yourself so confident?" And I was like, "Oh, I guess I am confident." But because I've been working on it for so long without really realizing it, I thought it was just natural for me to be the way I am. I became confident in myself despite the fact that I'm not a traditionally beautiful person. I have dark skin. I had really bad hair growing up. I was badgered and bullied for years in school because I wasn't like looking really good. And despite all that, I still became pretty confident in myself in my 20s and beyond. So, this is how you do it. These are things that have worked for me now that I look back in my past. It's very important to be confident in yourself, your decisions, people you're around. Even though it's going to be a long process, you can do it. It's taken me about 10 to 12 years to fully be confident in the things I do. So, this is how you do it. The first thing I want to say is change your physical appearance. There, I said it. Change your physical appearance. I'm not saying go out there and get a nose job, a boob job, a butt job, whatever. I'm not saying do that. I'm saying that if there's something about you that you do not like about yourself physically that you can change without really going under the knife, do it. I don't feel a certain way about surgery. I think that if you want to get surgery, do it. I think some people are a little bit too young sometimes to get it, but if you want to get it, get it. If you feel like it'll help you feel better about yourself, do it. Of course, if you have the fun. For example, if you have brown hair, but you want blonde hair and you think blonde hair is beautiful, and you look at other girls with blonde hair and you're like, "Oh my God, I want blonde hair because it's just so beautiful and it will make me feel better," get blonde hair and your confidence meter will go up like crazy. Another example is if you are bigger than you want to be or you see yourself as, even though losing weight and being thin is not easy, it's not like you can go to the gym and the next day you're thin, you're beautiful. It doesn't work like that. You literally have to try your best to be the weight you want to be in order to build that confidence. The confidence thing really literally starts on the outside. If you think that you look great on the outside, you're going to feel so good on the inside. So freaking good. So change your physical appearance. The thing about changing your physical appearance is that if it's really bothering you, if it's something you're just like, "I know I will look better if I just change this. I know I will be happy if I just change this little thing about myself." Do it. Change it if you can afford it. Change it, change it, change it. I'm telling you, you will feel so much better. So the one thing that I changed about my physical appearance was my teeth. I had a really big gap in my mouth growing up, and here are the pictures. As you can tell, my gap was huge. The thing about my teeth though is that it's genetic. It's what I was born with. It's what my whole family has gaps in their mouths. The region of the world that I was born in, a lot of people have gaps in their mouth. It's just a very like genetic thing. I wasn't actually born with incisors, which is the teeth right next to your big teeth. I wasn't born with that. I was bullied a lot in school for it. Whether or not I deserved to be bullied for something that I couldn't control, my gap was huge. Somebody said to me once, they said, "Oh, I could land a plane in your teeth." "Oh, you look like a saber-toothed tiger." Okay? So that was what I had to deal with growing up, having a huge giant gap in my mouth. My parents could not afford braces. So for a really long time, I could not get braces. It was too expensive. My parents couldn't afford it. My parents were like, "If you want to get braces, you have to pay for yourself." Of course, I couldn't spend thousands upon thousands of dollars on braces. But when I got to college and I knew I wanted to work in television and I knew that I wanted to be on TV and I knew that I wanted to be in front of the camera and I did not like how I looked on camera, I was like, I need to fix my gap. So the moment I went to college, the moment I could afford braces, I got them, and it took about like 2 years for my gap to completely close. And now I don't have a gap anymore. And that helped me with my confidence so much. My confidence was probably at a 10. The moment I closed my gap, it went to like maybe 80. So I'm telling you, if something really bothers you, whether it's your teeth, whether it's your hair, whether it's your body, and you really, really want to build yourself up, you have to change your physical appearance. You have to change something. And again, braces are expensive, right? Losing weight, it can be expensive, but it doesn't really have to be if you like work out at home, or if you eat healthy, like, buy cheap healthy food. Hair is, you could just get like box dye hair if you want to dye your hair blonde or whatever. Then another thing that really helped me build confidence is moving out of town, moving out of the town that I grew up in, right? Because once you move out of town, you have to force yourself to make your own decisions. You have to be your own ally. And you have to do it because nobody else will do it for you. And that forces you, that makes you be in a position where you have to have confidence in your decision. That literally will force you into it. One of the biggest things that when it comes to moving is the fact that you have to pick where you want to live, right? Growing up in Illinois, it was really, really cold, and the winters made me so uncomfortable. And that doesn't really, when you feel uncomfortable, you don't really feel confident in yourself when you feel uncomfortable. And I was like, I gotta move somewhere where it's sunnier. Boom, I moved to California, and and that really, 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 really helped me. Making your own decisions brings you not only independence, but it brings you confidence. It makes you believe that you can make any kind of decision that you want that will work for you. When you move out of town, you are not influenced by your parents, your friends, your family. You have a clear idea of what you want and what you want to do. So moving out of town, moving out of where you grew up, well, even if you just move like a town over, right? Or even if you move across the states like I did, it will help you so much, and it will help you so much gain confidence because you have the freedom to make your own decisions and not be so worried about what other people think because you're on your own. Another reason why I said in your 20s is because you can go to college. You can choose wherever you want to go to college, right? You can choose whatever you want to do. You can say, I want to go to college in like New York. If you want to go to New York, move to New York. It's really expensive. I don't really recommend moving to New York, but move to New York, move to California, move to San Diego, move to Arkansas, move anywhere, go to college anywhere. And again, this is one of those things where it's like, I know that it's not easy to do that. I know it's not easy to move. It's so hard. I had to get used to it. But when I tell you, I gained so much confidence from moving because I had to trust my own abilities. And that helped my confidence meter go up because I had to trust my own abilities and what I could do. Boom. I was off to the stars. Okay, so another thing that you have to do to build confidence is be creative. Whether you like writing, whether you like YouTube, like I do, whether you like drawing, whether you like whether you like making silly TikTok videos, be creative in whatever you like to do that brings you joy. Because when you get creative and you just put your creativity out there, well, it really does boost your confidence because you're like, I created something amazing. I used my head. I had an idea in my head and I brought it to life. And that there's nothing like seeing something you create come to life. And that really helps you build confidence. That really makes you feel so good. You're like, that is mine. That is my baby. I created it. And it makes you feel so good. And then on top of that, the world gets to see your creativity and they get to enjoy it too, like you did. And they get to like love on it too, like you did. So get creative, be creative, show the world your art, show the world your authenticity, show the world your true self. And when you start getting like positive vibes and positive comments and positive things, that really helps you build confidence. Like for me, for example, of course, I always have to use myself. For example, with YouTube, it took me so long to try to get on camera with YouTube, but I really wanted to do it despite the fact that I was super insecure about how my face looked, how dark skinned I was. Despite all that, I did it anyways because I really, really wanted to be on TV, and I really, really wanted to be on camera talking to you like I am now. So that's just how you have to do it. You just have to get creative, and even if you make mistakes along in your creativity, that's the whole point. You're supposed to make mistakes. When I did my video and stuff and people liked it, that helped me a lot, because I was like, okay, people like this. People want to see things. People want to see me be creative. People want to see what I have to talk about. And is that is such a huge confidence booster. So get creative. If you have a passion for something, do it. Write, draw, whatever. Surround yourself with positive people. I've already talked about this before in the past, but I wanted to reiterate it again here today, because it's super, super important that you surround yourself with people that make you feel good. And you surround yourself with people that will not belittle you, that will not make fun of you, that will hype you up, that it's very important that you date people. Even the people that you date make you feel good. If you are in a toxic relationship, your confidence meter is going to go down the drain, because that person is not making you feel good at the end of the day. If you have friends that belittle you all the time, that make fun of you, that make you feel bad, your confidence meter is not going to go up, because you are not in a position to be confident, because you are not surrounding yourself with people that really, really, really care about you. Surround yourself with positive people, friends, your sisters, your girlfriend, like anybody that will make you feel good. Surround yourself with them. And if they're not making you feel good, boot them out. You gotta go. Okay, you gotta go. You're not in my life. You're not making me feel good. You gotta go. So just surround. It's super, super important to do that. Okay. So the last thing that really helped me, I saved this one for last because it's the hardest thing to do, and it's the most complex way of gaining confidence. But I will be 100% honest with you. Even though changing my physical appearance helped me, even though moving out of town helped me, even though surrounding myself with really positive people helped me, therapy is what really helped me. And this video is brought to, just kidding, it's not. This video is not sponsored. Therapy is how I'm able to sit in front of you today and talk about this stuff. Therapy is what made me feel the most comfortable I've ever had in my skin. And I've been in therapy for about 10 years now. And throughout the years, I've just realized that I've become less insecure. I've become more confident in my decision making. I've become more enthusiastic about life. I've become more positive. I've become better about saying what is really on my mind and communicating well with others. I've become better about going into a room and not necessarily caring what people thought, which is something I would never have done before without therapy. Because when I tell you that even to this day, honestly, I still care a little bit what people think about me, of course, because I'm human, but it doesn't affect me as much anymore. But talk therapy will change your life when it comes to your confidence boost. It will change your life. And therapy is not going to magically build your confidence up overnight. It's not going to be doing it in a week. I'm telling you, therapy is super, 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 super important. But the reason why I wanted to keep it last is because it's hardest. It's kind of hardest to get. It's hardest to do. It's hard for people to want to do it. And I really, 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 really want, if I could make the entire world go into therapy, I would, because it's so important and it's so vital and it's so helpful, and it's amazing. I see my therapist twice a month, so every other week, and she's been great. She's helped me a lot. The way she's helped me is like knowing how to talk to other people better, knowing how to communicate better, knowing how to say things in the nicest way possible, knowing how to just be a better version of myself. And the thing about therapy too, that it's not really affordable unless you go through the state. I think the states have some options for you to go into it. But despite that, it's what has helped me the most when it comes to building my self-confidence. And I highly, highly recommend it. When you go into therapy, the first few weeks is going to be really, really difficult. It's going to be really, really difficult to talk about the stuff that really, really, really matters to you. It's going to be very difficult to talk about things that are important to you because you don't want to rehash any of that stuff. It's hard to rehash your trauma. It's very difficult, but you have to do it anyways to build a better road for yourself at the end. So that's how I really built my confidence. I know exactly. I know I said all this stuff. Those stuff has helped me in the past. Trust me, changing my physical appearance has helped me in the past. Moving really helped me because again, I got to kind of rebuild the life that I really, really wanted and have confidence in that. But along the way, I've had therapy to guide me through all of that stuff. Any changes that come, I've had therapy to have really helped me with that. So that's what I really wanted to take away from this video is if you really want to build your self-confidence, you get into therapy and I promise you your life will change and things will get better. Again, not overnight, not even with your first therapist, but if you keep trying it, your confidence boost will go up. Your meter will go up. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys have noticed, I did change my YouTube thumbnail, and all thanks to Christine Gallagher, who created my thumbnail for me. She can be found at the description box below at Christine Gallagher on TikTok. And I wanted to give her a huge shout out for creating the cutest little cartoon of me. And I love it so much. And she's so creative and she's so cool. And she makes really fun, relatable TikTok videos. So if you guys want to follow her, give her a shout out, please do. Again, her information is in the description box below. And YouTube should be recommending some videos for you right now. Please go take a look and watch all of them. I really need the views, guys, so please watch all of them. And I will see you guys back here next week. Bye.